What is up, bosses? As promised, we're going to have a walkthrough websites like a boss. I have Josh here with me. Josh is an expert in this platform. He knows it better than anybody. He's been producing a lot of the how-to videos. You probably see it in our YouTube channel. And I'm hoping, is everybody here? Can everybody see me and hear me? Yes, hey, Tom. Okay, I think we're getting going. I think it's going live. Just want to make sure everybody's here. If you're here, let us know where you're coming in from. Where are you in this world? There we go. You can hear me, Justin. Hey, Justin, where are you calling in from? I'm just joking. Justin's on my team.
So if he answers wrong, we have a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so you can hear me, see me. Okay, we're going to switch over. I want to dig right in. There's a lot to cover. I'm so happy Josh is here. Josh, thank you so much. I'm going to hide myself, and then we'll share your screen, and we'll get started. London. I know where Justin is. All right, let's get started. If you have any questions, you can pop them into the chat. Hopefully, we'll get to them. Naples, Florida. Awesome. And I'm going to hide myself, and I'll let Josh take it away.
Thank you. So I will just get my screen shared for everybody. As Nachum said, my name is Josh, and I'm here to walk you through the Book Like a Boss website platform today. And we will do our best to answer some questions, but we're also going to continue to make more videos for our library and make sure we're supporting you with the websites that you're going to be building. So today we're going to go through a lot, and we're going to start at the very, very top of my screen right next to the Book Like a Boss logo. And we're going to work through this top bar, and then we're going to go down through the site. So to the right of the Book Like a Boss logo, the first thing that you will encounter in one of our templates is a drop-down menu. And this is a very quick way to jump to another page in your template. So I could quickly go to About Us. I could quickly go to Contact Us. There are certainly other ways to get to pages, which you will learn shortly. But if you just jump into our editor and you want to go to another page, that is a great way of navigating quickly to another page in your Book Like a Boss site. Next up to the right, you have desktop, tablet, and mobile previews of your website. And you can actually go and put your site in preview mode and use it just like a visitor would and test in all of these different device types. While it's more of an advanced feature, you also have the ability to edit differently on different devices if you so choose. However, we generally would recommend that you want to make an edit on desktop and that would cascade down through the other devices and vice versa. Okay, so we're back into desktop, we're back into the editor. Moving across to the right, there is a built-in search, and this will help bring up help articles and actions within our editor when you aren't live with us on these sessions. The small I with the circle. This is actually an important one. This is going to tell you all of the information about your website, if it's live and published on the internet, if there's a domain it's connected to. It will also show you the preview link. And the preview link is utilized to demonstrate unpublished changes on your website. So if you're working on edits in your website and you want to share it before publishing those changes live, you can always use the preview link, and whoever is reviewing can also go into any different device type and review those changes and let you know what they think. Stats, this will give you quick access to your statistics. The Book Like a Boss platform comes with built-in analytics, which you're going to get, and you will see site traffic, where people are coming from, how long they're on pages, what pages they're on, and so forth. And if you would prefer a language other than English for the editing tools, there are a handful of languages you can also switch in the editor. Okay. Moving off to the right, we're going to now talk about the check mark, the undo, and the redo button. So if I were to put my mouse into this text widget and I were to type Blab is the best, because we think Book Like a Boss is the best booking tool. Watch when I hit confirm on the editor. Watch right up top here. Those three dots that are rolling in yellow are automatically saving my changes. So you can rest easy. The Book Like a Boss platform is automatically saving as you go. And if you need to undo a change, you can always undo it. So if I click undo, Blab is no longer the best. but we know that it is. And I can also hit redo, and Blab is the best once again. So your first safety mechanism is the platform is automatically saving the changes as you go, and you can undo and redo your last set of changes, sometimes a few sets of changes. Moving to the right, we also have the preview option. When I click on preview, it actually puts the website into preview mode, and now I can function just like a user would. I can click on things, I can fill out forms, I can test products, and so forth. Okay, let me get back to the home page. To the right of the preview is a button that reads Republish. If your site is already live, it will read Republish. If it hasn't gone live, it will say Publish, which is how you take your website live. But when you hit Republish, it is going to publish live on the internet any pending changes that you have in your Book Like a Boss website. When you're all done editing, we generally would recommend that you click on the house over on the right side here and log yourself out of the Book Like a Boss platform, because it is a web-based tool. So that is how you log out. So that is the top bar. Now we're going to talk about page structure for a minute before we jump into the left bar. So the way that Book Like a Boss pages are built is combining two different elements, what we refer to as sections. You can see this is a section. If I scroll down to this blue bar, it is a section, section, section. And these things that are on top of the sections, or these panels, are what we refer to as widgets in our platform. Those are the things on the page, the words, the buttons, the icons, and so forth, right? So you're dealing with combining these sections, and we're putting widgets on top of the sections, right? Now, before we go into the left bar, we're going to spend a few minutes talking about how you edit things in your template, right? How do you access these widgets? How do you make a change? So let's start with the text widget. I'm going to click my mouse into the text widget. And when I do, I immediately am presented with a formatting bar. And I think that most on this call are probably familiar with some of these features like bold and italicizing and underlining things, but there's certainly things within our platform that would be easier if you were shown them. One of those things would be linking words. If you wish to link words in your text, you simply highlight the words that you wish to link. And if you're screaming in your mind, Josh, please click on that link. Yeah, you click on the chain link icon. Once you do, you will be presented with all of the options of where you can link words in your Book Like a Boss website. You'll also be pleased to know that you'll see shortly linking words is the same as linking pictures, is the same as linking buttons. In fact, anything you link in our platform is always going to give you these options, beginning with pages in your site. You can easily link to another page. Simply select the page. You can also link to a web address. Maybe you want to link to an article on Google or somewhere else, and you simply insert the web address. When you do that, our system is going to default to open a new window, i.e. make that person leave your website when they click on that link. And that's really a good thing, because when they click on that and close it, they're back on your website, right? Pop-ups. You can link directly to pop-ups. You can link to anchor links up and down sections of pages. You can, of course, link directly to blog posts. You do not need any special URL. You can just select the title of the blog post. You can link to an email address. You can link to dial a phone number. And if you're wondering, can you also link to text a phone number? You certainly can. And finally, you can link to files for download. So there's most file types are supported, MP3, .mov, PDF, things like that. However, there is a 50 megabyte per file limitation. So you can load as many files as you need, but there is a limitation to how many, or to the size of each file. So that is how you would link words within the text editor. The other
Josh,
thing,
sorry to jump in over here.
yeah,
Says that your screen keeps blinking off and on. Do you know, is that a DSL issue? Is it a
I'm not seeing that at all. No.
you're seeing it appears straight?
Yeah, it's
So it's
looking.
probably just, yeah, I
Yeah,
see it now. You see that?
no.
Oh, you don't see it. So it's
Uh-uh.
probably not you. It's probably the live stream. Anyway, everybody, I apologize, but we'll keep plowing
Just
through.
flashing the screen off is what you're saying?
Yeah, every now and then it'll just like
Okay.
flash.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like right now. And then it pops back on and then goes off again.
Let me see if I watch your screen real quick here. So I'm just seeing myself scrolling. Tell me if you see it happen. Is it okay
No,
now?
it's not. Yeah, it's not happening now. It always happens when you're not looking.
Of course, of course. Well, I'll go a little
Like
slower in case.
right now, right now.
Yeah, it's not so in mine. I see the screen still.
So then it's not you. It's I guess it's the live stream software. Anyway, everybody, I apologize. We'll have to keep just plowing through.
I'll go slow. I'll go a little slower. All right. So anyways, we're talking about the text widget, right? So the other things that you can do with the text widget are you can affect different typography, right? Different fonts. So when we build our beautiful templates and you select them, they're going to come preset with fonts and colors and buttons and all of those things. And if you want to change the font, you simply highlight the words and you click on paragraph. Once you do that, it's going to expose all of the different choices. Your heading 1, your heading 2, your heading 3, and so on. And in most cases, we stop at heading 3, but I'm going to show you shortly where you can predefine heading 4, 5, and 6 also. Okay, so if you want to edit beyond the presets, can you do that? Of course, you can edit anything you want in the Book Like a Boss website. So we would highlight this and we would click on font and maybe we choose a different font. And perhaps we also want to choose a different color. And maybe we even want to choose a different size. And you can see that I did all of that right in the middle of a sentence, right? And we probably wouldn't recommend you do exactly what I did, but the point is that you can. And our tools are here to empower you and to support your business. So they're there to allow you to design as far as you want to take things. The last thing that I like to point out in the text editor is that it has a built-in AI assistant. So if you're familiar with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, those kinds of things, this is built into the website. It can help create content, it can format it, it can improve your writing and so forth. This will appear anywhere you can go into a text widget. You click in and that will be part of the formatting bar. So that is the text widget. That's the first widget we've learned about. To edit it, you simply click right into the widget. Now you'll also notice when I click on widgets, this little bar pops up, Manage Text, Edit Design. And if I click over here, Design, and if I click here, Manage Accordion, Edit Design, our widgets generally have two components, the widget content and the widget design. So if I again click on my text widget here, I get my formatting bar. When I click off of that, I can see Manage Text or Edit Design. So if I were to click Edit Design, now I get to see my design panel. So anywhere in the Book Like a Boss platform that you click on Edit Design on a widget, it will slide out this side panel. And on this side panel, you can do things like change alignment, spacing, font sizes, positioning, all of those kinds of visual elements. Okay. So again, if I were to scroll down now and click in here on the icon, you can see Manage Icon, Edit Design. Well, if I click on Manage Icon, I'm taken to the icon content. So let's walk through a few of these. Choose icon. I'm going to choose the scales of justice, and it changes it to that. Underneath, I can link the icon. And if I want, I can link to any of those choices that I just learned for words. They're all the same choices. Scrolling down a bit further, I can add what's called alt text in the tooltip, and this is primarily for accessibility. I think we might have a technical issue. If everyone can hear me, hold on a moment. Okay, I'm back. Not sure what happened, everybody, but I'm back. So where we were learning about page structure, and we were discussing that we have sections and then I hope I'm back. Let me ask one of my colleagues. Owen, am I back?
No, you're fine. Josh, you're fine. I'm trying to hide you when you're showing something in the corner. I'm just trying to hide your image so that
Okay.
just keep in mind in the bottom right hand corner that you won't be able that people can't see what you're showing
Understood.
because you're in.
Got it. Okay. So anyways, we're talking about sections and widgets. So again, if we go to any widget, click on the widget like the button, we get two different options, the content and the design of that widget. Now, if you want to just edit things though, you're really just going to click right into it. You click right into your text, or you click right on the button and you get the button options and the design options. So it's very much what they used to call WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get. You click on it and you can edit right away. Now, in addition to having widgets and sections, you'll also notice that as you scroll down the page between the existing sections, you get this small pill-shaped button that says Add a Section. If you click Add a Section, you'll be thrilled to know that you can get blank sections, pre-designed sections, and oh yeah, we can do AI-generated sections as well if you prompt it correctly. So if I click on Design Section, a new panel is going to slide out and it's going to show me all sorts of different sections that I can use in my Book Like a Boss site. I can use a services page, right? And here's a number of options for services, or abouts, or logos, and so forth. And if you want to use one of these sections right on your page, you simply click on the section, and at the top you see cancel, save and add, or save. And if I hit save, it puts that section right in the middle of my other sections on my page. So in addition to editing what our templates come with, you can add new sections, you can edit sections, you can even add blank sections. So again, if you were to click on section now, you can see that these three dots will allow you to hide, set anchors, edit code, add columns, all sorts of different things that you can continue to add and design away. Okay, so we've got pages, right? And we've got sections, and we've got widgets. And if we want to edit a widget, we're just going to click right into it. If it's text, just start editing. If it's any other widget, you click on it and you will get manage the content and the design. The content part is going to be the stuff, and every widget's a little bit different. Just for a moment, I'm going to pop over to widgets to show you what I mean. There are loads of them. They start with popular, layout elements, basics, advanced, media related, business related. And if you're unsure if the Book Like a Boss platform has a widget you might need, simply type it into the top and you can see. And for Facebook, for example, there are 4 widgets. Okay. Now, with that, we're going to move to the left bar and start to really dig in. First up at the top, we have layers. So for any of those folks out there who have used different design tools, this is very much like that, where you have elements that you can hide or show from your website. And to do that, basically, you're rolling over the element and then you can see this little eyeball. So if you click on the little eyeball, that's going to hide and display things essentially, right? So if I'm on this top section here, the header, and I click the eyeball, you actually can't hide a header, but if I click the section, the columns, you can actually hide and show different things. So right there, I hid the column and I showed the column. Now it's hidden. Now it's shown again. So layers allow you to hide elements, and that's on a per device basis. So you might decide that on desktop you want to hide something, but on mobile you don't want to hide it. Okay. Now let's talk about theme. Theme are the global settings for your entire website. So we certainly want to show you how this works, but we also would ask that you use caution because if you change something here, it is likely you're going to change the whole design of the website. But there's a lot of really good use cases for that. One good use case would be this. You launch your beautiful Book Like a Boss website, and somebody tells you that the Inter font, Inter, at 16 pixels, is just too small for old guys like Josh, right? Maybe this should be 18 pixels. So I could go into every text widget and I can upsize that. And that's a lot of pages and a lot of sections to click into and do that, right? In that case, I would go to theme. I would find my default paragraph text, which is Enter 16, and I would change it to 18, essentially changing it in every text widget on the website. So that's a very handy tool. If you have questions and you want to change your theme settings and you're nervous in any way, just reach out to our customer support team and we'll be happy to guide you. Okay. But to show you kind of again how this works, if I were to move this to red and change that, all the blue elements on the site turn to red just that fast. Okay. And we'll leave it as red. That's cool. All right. We're now going to go into pages. So we have pages and pop-ups. Now, depending on what package you've taken from your Book Like a Boss dashboard, it's going to limit how many pages you're allowed on the website. That aside, let's talk about how all this works. So the first thing is the pages are going to be on this left panel. These are the same pages that you can access from this drop down at the top that we saw. In addition, generally, if you click and hold and drag a page to another location, it will change. So if I bring home after meetings like this, home is going to now move after meetings. So you can move your pages around and adjust them as needed. To create a new page, you would simply click on Add Page. Here you'll be presented to a variety of options. We have the Page Builder tool, blank pages, pre-designed pages, dynamic pages. You can make folders or what we used to call drop-down menus, right? Where you can click on something, there's more under it. And if you need to link from your navigation off of your website, you can link to a page URL as well and leave the Book Like a Boss website by linking that way. We're going to click a blank page for today, and we're going to call it Josh is here, because I certainly hope I'm still here. And we're going to add the page. Now, the first thing you'll notice when I do that is Josh is here is up in the navigation. I've got my blank page, but it's in the navigation. I'm not really ready to have it in the navigation yet. So now I'm going to introduce you to the 3 magic dots on the right side of your pages. When you click on those dots, you now see all of the page setting options. You can rename the page. You can show or hide the page from navigation. I'm going to take advantage of hiding this page on all right now. And look at that. Josh is here has just disappeared from the navigation. You also can see that there's a little icon indicating that Josh is here page is hidden on all devices. While we're here, you can also duplicate a page. You can also publish the page live. So we've already talked about this republish button at the top. Clicking republish is going to publish all of your pending changes live, all of them, right? But what if you're in a scenario where 1 or 2 or 3 people might be working on this site at the same time? And here's that example. If Justin on this call is working on the meetings page and Owen is working on about and Justin's done, if Justin hits republish, all of Owen's changes went live also. So if you have more than one editor or you don't remember all the edits that you're making everywhere, it's probably best practice to publish page by page. If you click page URL, this is where you can change the URL or what's referred to as the slug. That's what comes after .com or .net or .org / the name of the page. Scrolling down a bit further, this is where you have your page level SEO settings, your page meta tag, and your page meta description. You'll be pleased to know anywhere you see these bluish purple buttons, the AI tool is there to help you. And we have a brand new AI SEO assistant built right into the Book Like a Boss platform. And here's how that works. Click Show Me, and it's going to take you to the overview. This is going to show you your site's overall SEO. And if there's any issues you need to address, and it'll take you right to a place to fix them. It will, of course, show you your page level SEO, right? It will show you image alt text. And by the way, if people are wondering, what is alt text? Does it mean anything? Should you do it? It's actually an overlooked item in most websites because it takes time to go and type, black icon of a plug, right? Or something like that. But this is intended to help those that are disabled that actually can't see images, right? So Google does score you a little differently if you don't take care of these. Can you take care of them easily in our sites? Yeah, just hit this and hit that and let the magic do it. You can see my hands are not on the keyboard right now. So a black and white drawing of a plug in a circle. That's exactly right. A man in blue overalls fixing a ceiling light with a screwdriver. That's right. So essentially, you can use these tools built in to optimize your SEO even further. And anywhere that you see these buttons, you click on them to access it. Scrolling down further, you can also set pages to not be found or to no index. So if you're building a page in your Book Like a Boss site and you don't want Google to find it, toggle this on and Google will not be able to find that page or index it. A little bit further down, open graph image, you actually can upload specific social sharing images to your website on a page-by-page basis. A little bit further down, we can have public pages and password protected pages. So you can actually set passwords and provide passwords to people to access content on certain pages as well. And finally, you have the opportunity to add.
With, Josh hitting it again. Just one note on that. Only the tier 3 account has the password protected pages.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's a good reason to jump up to tier 3.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So if you need passwords on pages, you'd want tier 3. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Last up, we can add header HTML, or what we would refer to as code injection, on a page by page basis. And these would be things like a CRM system or a LinkedIn pixels or Facebook pixels, things like that would generally be installed there. So those are all of your page settings, right? So far we've learned that we can move pages around, drag them up and down. We can, of course, create new pages, and there's a variety of the types that we can create. We can create folders or drop-down menus like this, where we can compartmentalize even further, right? Okay, now, what if I want to bring Josh Is Here back live? How do I do that? Then I would click on those 3 dots again and show or hide. And if I hit show, Josh Is Here now appears again. So you have an awful lot of flexibility in your page area with the types of pages you create, how you organize them, how you show them, even so far as being able to publish only changes on specific pages. Okay. So if you just want to edit a page and you're in the pages, just click on the page, close this panel, and then just go and just click into whatever you want to edit and start editing. Okay. Also contained within pages are pop-ups and pages. Now, something very unique in our platform is that we can create automated pop-ups, which people have seen, take 20% off or whatever you want. But if you want to have user-triggered pop-ups, you can also create those. So if I click New Pop-up, I now am presented with 12 beautiful options, many pre-designed and also blank. I'm going to choose the welcome, and we're going to call it Josh is Cool, and I'm going to hit Add Pop-up. Once I click Add Pop-up, you're immediately presented with the pop-up, and you're going to be pleased to know that everything that you've learned so far in the first 29 minutes applies to pop-ups. This is the same text editor. You edit widgets the same way, manage video, edit design. And just like on pages, you can click and drag and pull widgets into your pop-up, right? And you're working with essentially a baby page. It's a smaller page. Now, if you want to pop up this pop-up, how do you do that? We would go back to pages and we would find anywhere that we can link anything, right? So if I go to the home page and I click on this button, maybe I want to call this pop-up test. And when I scroll down, instead of linking to a page or instead of linking to an address, I'm going to link to a pop-up. And right there, we just created Josh is Cool together. Now, if I click preview and I click on the pop-up test button, voila, we created that together just now. So you can create pop-ups as needed. You can duplicate pop-ups. You can trigger them by the user. Oh, hello.
Can I ask a question? I just want to say, now that this pop-up feature is perfect. If you don't want to have like a full calendar on your homepage or somewhere on your website, and you just want to say, "Hey, pop-up, book now," and you click that button, you can have one of our calendars open up and book right within that widget, right within that pop-up. I've seen that it's very popular, and people love that use case as well. just how to share that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and just adding on to what Nagam said, if you do them in pop-ups, you actually have a lot more flexibility because you can link from a lot of places to the scheduler. You could be writing a blog post and say schedule now, and that same pop-up can be deployed from a variety of places in your site. Absolutely. And in addition, once you've created a pop-up, there's this little gear icon, and clicking on the gear allows you to delete it, rename it, and the very, very popular duplicate it, because you can have many pop-ups running all at the same time in your Book Like a Boss website. So just recapping where we are so far, we were in the pages section. Again, depending upon what level of service you subscribe to will limit how many pages you have. And as Nahum said, if you want password protected, that would be tier 3. But we've learned how to create pages. We've learned how to move them around. We can click on them to get to them and edit them. And in addition, this is where you would access the pop-up feature. Okay. All right. Next up is widgets. So there's a lot of widgets. There's a ton of widgets, actually. And you can see there's photo galleries and buttons, and there's some really cool ones too, like tabs and advanced tabs, things you may never have heard of, but we would definitely suggest that you explore these things, right? Because there's a lot of really neat widgets that can help you display content differently on your website, right? And all widgets work the same way. So again, if I click on the widget, content, that's the widget details, and design, that is the widget aesthetics or the look and feel. Again, to use widgets that you want, you simply find the widget you wish to use, and then you would drag and drop it to where you want. So I haven't let go yet. I'm still holding on to it, and you can see where it would drop. But if I move it here, it would drop there. And if I move it down here, it would drop down there. So that's how you use widgets. We do release new ones all the time, so keep an eye out. They'll have a star on the left side when there's new widgets, but there's a number of great widgets. Right there would be your amazing Book Like a Boss widget. So if you were wanting to put that widget into a pop-up, that is exactly how you would do that. All right, the content area is very important. So there are two components to the content area. The first is the media manager. This is definitely going to be important to everybody that's attending this webinar today, okay, the media manager. The second is what's called connected data, and this relates to local SEO, and certainly if you have a Google My Business address where you are, if you have a Google My Business and a local address, you'll want to take advantage of this. Now, we're going to start with the media manager. So the first thing to learn is the media manager is the repository for all of the assets in your Book Like a Boss website. So the only thing not stored here, the only thing is the words on the pages. The words are right in this box. That's where the words are. Everything else that you load, your images and so forth, are all going to end up in the media manager as a repository, okay? At the very top, you can search between images, icons, videos, and so forth. And I'm going to start with the image options. So when we go to image options, our first option is to upload images, and that's easily done through your computer or a connected device. What if you have images on another website? Don't worry, you can import them. What if you've got all your images stored in, say, Google Drive, Google Photos, Instagram? You can connect to any of these services and pull all those images into your Book Like a Boss media manager. Isn't that cool? If you don't have images and you need them, do not worry. We've got you covered with a completely royalty-free image library. It is important for me to note this is royalty-free for use on your Book Like a Boss website. It is not royalty-free to download, put it on a PDF, and distribute it to 1,000 people. If you need that, again, ask our customer support team how you can license that. Below that, you have site images, uploaded images, and the ability to add folders and stay organized. Clicking on any image will also show you a preview of the image on the right panel, and you can see the image more specifically. Now, if I click on icons, icons is very similar. I can upload them, I can organize them, and there is a royalty-free image library for icons also. Switching over to video. Completely royalty-free motion video library built into your Book Like a Boss website. And who does not like a cute seal? I think that's a seal. Or a sea lion, I'm not sure. Very cute. But there is a searchable video library. So if you were to search Chicago, boom, I'm going to get all sorts of videos now of Chicago. And it works the same way with the images. They're both searchable libraries. So both of those are included with your subscription. When we get to audio files and files, this is a little more simplistic. We can upload them, we can organize them, and put things in folders. The biggest question that we normally get at this point, though, am I supposed to put my pictures in the Media Manager, or do I put them on the pages? Is there a right way? Is there a wrong way? No, you do it your way. You can have it your own way, like Burger King here in the States, right? So you can load them in the front, and if you put an image on a page, so if I go over here, I go to the About page, and I literally load an image in, right? So I switch this image, and I upload a different one. Let's say it was that. That image is automatically going to end up in the Media Manager for me. So again, Media Manager is where you store all of your site's assets. You can load them in here first. You can load them on the pages. But if you're going to go in and you're working on a template and you want to start with 20 or 30 images of yours, I would say you're going to be well served to go to the Media Manager first, load them in, and then go through the pages and place them where you need. So that is the Media Manager. Again, that's accessed under Content on the left bar and then Media Manager. Okay. Now, right underneath that is a very special tool, and it is called Connected Data, or CMS, right? Business info, business text, business images. What is this? What does this mean? And should you be doing it? If you have a Google My Business profile, you should be doing this. If you have a physical address where people come to your business, you should also be doing this. Now, where do you begin? Ultimately, what we want to do is complete the blank fields on these 3 pages and then connect it to Google. If you already have a Google My Business, by the way, start with that. Click sign in with Google, sign in and connect your Google My Business and see what data syncs up. But essentially what you're doing is you're giving consistent information to directories, right? And it's pushing it out in code called schema, which is just a fancy word for the code that Google My Business and Yelp and things like that speak. When you get to business text, there's some text options, business images. You can upload images, and your first 5 will be used for a local business schema. So that would be your outside sign. That would be your waiting room. That would be, if you're a dentist, the patient exam chair in the room, right? Things like that. But you definitely want to take advantage of this. This is all about local SEO and helping your Google profiles understand and keep consistent with the information on your website. Once you've filled it all in and you're ready to go, you go right here where it says Enable, and you click Manage. Now you can already see that I have fields missing. So if I went to validate this with Google, it wouldn't actually validate because I've got missing fields. So you want to correct everything. And once it's done, you hit Enable Schema, and that's going to make your Book Like a Boss website stay in sync with your GMB. Okay. If you're on this call and you're like, oh no, but I have 3 locations now, what do I do? We've got you covered at the very top. More actions. Add another location. You can add as many locations as you need and synchronize them all together with your GMB. So under Content, again, Media Manager, that's the repository of all of our assets, and then Connected Data, business info, business text, business images. If you have a Google My Business, or you want one, or a physical address, take advantage of this and fill this out. This is included with your subscription, and it is amazing. All right, moving on. Personalize. This one is a pretty cool feature. You're not going to see it in most web building platforms. What this will allow you to do is to create rules that change your Book Like a Boss website down to one individual user. For real, one user you can change your whole website for. To show you how this works, I'm going to click Build Rule. I can build rules based on these 5 options. The type of device someone's on, what zip code or city they're in, the time of day, how many times they've been to your site. And if you're running ad campaigns, you can even tie these rules to a special link coming in from an ad campaign. Now, what if you want to do a pop-up for everybody though? Then you're going to click Display to All Visitors. And you might remember before I said there's 2 kinds of pop-ups. User-triggered pop-ups, the kind you click, something pops up. Click here to meet Josh, a video pops up. Click here to schedule with me, a scheduler pops up, right? The Book Like a Boss tool. Now, this is on a per rule basis, how you do this. For today's example, I'm going to do a location-based rule. And since I'm from Chicago, why not? So if anybody were to hit this Book Like a Boss website from the city of Chicago, one of these 4 things can be deployed. A bar at the top with an announcement and links, a pop-up like you just saw. You can run code. You can even do silly special effects, which is what I will choose to do today. And if somebody from Chicago hit this Book Like a Boss website, hearts are going to fall because we love Book Like a Boss, right? Now, I know that's a very corny thing to show you, but if you take a look at what's available here, I think you might find there's a lot of really cool options and things you can try. So we've got somewhere like 40 or more rules. So you could scroll down and say, well, what do we have available for first-time visitors? Let's see. For the first time somebody comes to the site or the 6th time somebody comes to a site. And then what would you like to happen? And you can kind of dial in those rules very specifically. So I would very much encourage everybody on this call, when you get into your sites, check out these different rules, explore what exists there. This is a big differentiator in technology from what your competitors might be using, right? So imagine if you're in Memphis, Tennessee, and somebody lands on your website and it says, are you looking for the best service in Franklin, Tennessee? Because they're in Franklin. Well, you might just convert more if that's the way that it kind of unfolds for you. So again, this is built into the Book Like a Boss platform. It's called Personalize. Highly recommend that you check it out and try it. And if you have any questions, let us know. And we're going to be creating some more videos on that as well. So there's some tutorials for you when we're not doing live sessions. All right, moving down, we're now into the blog. So all Book Like a Boss websites come with the option. You can have a blog if you want one. A blog is a wonderful way of creating content for your website. So a lot of people are afraid of the word blog, or some people do vlogs, which are video blogs. But in your mind, think of it as you're creating content for your website, and it could be sorted and filtered depending on what you want to create. So if I click on the blog item, I get first my left bar, and then I see the posts that I've made. There are 3 posts so far. I'm actually going to start at the bottom and go up. If you have a different website and you have a blog on it, odds are with an RSS feed, we can import those blog posts into your Book Like a Boss website. That is awesome, and that is going to save you a lot of time from copying and pasting. The next option is edit layout. In our platform, your blogs are all going to have the same template. So if there's a banner at the top, they all have a banner at the top. If there's social sharing on the bottom of every post, they all have social sharing. This is good for SEO. Google wants you to have consistency. This is the layout of the blog: title, author, post published date. This is where it all goes. And then below it, we have social sharing options. And then below that, we've got more recent blog posts. So as an example, if I were to click on this section and delete it, if I go back to any of my blog posts now, that element will be gone. And you can see there's no social sharing now between the blog post and the feed of the other blogs, right? So edit layout is how you design your post, right? That's how you design it. And again, it's all going to be the same look and feel. What happens in the middle of the post, that is up to you. Words, pictures, any of the widgets that you want to use, but the top and the bottom and the framework essentially is a template. Blog settings. When you go into blog settings, this is the back end settings for all of your blogs. So this is the name of your blog. This is where you can style and name what you want previous and next posts to be called. This is where you can set up what's called an RSS feed, So this might be getting a little geeky, but let's say you're operating a blog and you have an email delivery platform, say a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. There's actually a way to connect your Book Like a Boss website blog to one of those services and automate email deliveries of your blogs, even as little teasers that they click and go back to your site. Finally, we get up to manage posts. This is where you edit and manage posts, right? So Yep, I'll do that. So right here, you can see your posts. You can click on it and open it. If you click on the small pencil, that will take you to edit the post. So now I'm in editing mode and I can actually edit. If I click on the little gear or cogwheel, that takes me to my blog settings. By the way, you can change the date, you can change the details. You even have SEO opportunities for your blogs in the back end as well. And just like pages, you can always toggle to set post to not index. So if you want a post not to show up, you actually can do that. Going back into manage posts, the little play button will take you to a preview. So there's a preview of the post. Duplicate. If you've spent the time laying out a real nice post and you want to do one very similar, hit duplicate. Of course, you can delete. And finally, you can republish. So if you make a change to one of these, you do need to republish the post for those changes to go online live. So that is the blog, and I believe our limit right now is 1,500 blog posts in the standard. So you can do a lot of blogging if you want to take advantage of a blog. Last up, we're going to get into SEO and settings. Now, there's a number of things to cover in here. So at the very, very top, you have site iconography. That is your favicon. That is this little icon in my browser tab. That is a social sharing image. So if somebody were to share the whole website, and you can see that we recommend 1200 by 630 pixels for the social sharing network. And believe it or not, even though Book Like a Boss websites are completely mobile responsive and mobile adaptive and work on all these different devices, you have the option to turn your website into what's called a progressive web app. And toggling that on will make your Book Like a Boss website show up on a phone with an icon like an app. Do we have a lot of clients using that? It's a use case scenario. Again, if you have a horoscope website or something that's updating daily, that's definitely the kind of thing that might be applicable for. This is where you will see your domain connected. All of our websites come with a secure certificate, or SSL certificate, stands for secure socket layers, but that means it's safe for people to send messages through and do transactions and things on your website. Clicking on SEO, this is where you can again execute your site-wide SEO, meta, title, and description. And again, clicking on these will allow you to take advantage of the AI tools. Right in the middle of this page, you can see no index site. Almost never would you want to do what I just did unless you do not want your website to be seen. If you're building a private website for your business or an intranet for your employees or something like that, you might well want to take advantage of that. But in most cases, you would want your site to be publicly available and searchable. If you happen to take advantage of Google Analytics and or Google Tag Manager, you can associate one or both of those to your Book Like a Boss website simply by copying and pasting those codes here. URL redirects. In the event that you would change the name of a page, right? So we're back to pages. I click on my gear, I go to URL, and I don't want that to say contact us anymore. I simply want it to say contact instead of that, right? So I was going to change that. Now, when I change that and republish the website, anybody who had contact us is going to get to a dead page now because I didn't redirect it, right? So that would be a use case where you could do a real URL redirect, add the redirect, and then just choose where you're wanting to send them, and it will reroute them. And again, you'll be pleased to know that if you're in a Book Like a Boss website and you change something like that and it's connected to anything, a small window is going to come up and it's going to say, hey, this is connected to 3 buttons. Would you like us to write an automatic URL redirect for you? And you're going to say, yes, Book Like a Boss, do that for me, right? So that is an easy way to change them. You don't really have to worry, but if you need to change one manually, you can. Head HTML, body HTML, body end HTML. What is this again? What do you need? So you may remember when we were in the pages section, one of those options that we had was to add HTML code to the header of a page. Well, we can also add it to the whole website. So again, Google Tag Manager, LinkedIn codes, Facebook codes, things like that would go here. Now, in our platform, it is recommended that you put your codes here first. You can see it is recommended to put it here because your site will perform better. If you put code in the head, sometimes you have to, by the way, that code's going to load quickly before your website loads. And so there's a small performance improvement if your code will work in the body end. Again, if you are unsure what to do with code, please reach out to our support team and we will guide you on where to put it. Site backup. I think this is one of the coolest features of the platform. All you have to do is type Josh is cool. I'm going to keep trying the rest of the presentation. And you can make your own backups of your Book Like a Boss website. I just made an exact copy of this website at 11:51 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, why is this important? What does this mean to you as our client? What this means is that at any time you can go back in time. So if I wanted to go back to January 26th, I could literally restore the website back to that point in time. In addition, I can click preview and I can preview. Thank you. Nagam says that is available on all tiers. So you can see what the website used to look like. And you can see this is a completely different looking website because that was what we were working with January 26th. So site backups are important. You can make them on your own. They're free of charge. Now, here's the coolest part. If you republish your website, right? Let me get out of the post here for a minute. If I hit republish, Book Like a Boss automatically makes a backup for me. It's automatic. So you hit republish, you don't even have to worry about this. However, if you go the other route and you're publishing page by page like this, that will not make a backup of the whole website. So generally on these webinars, I tell people the first few times you get into your site, just make a backup for Josh. Just do it for me. It takes 2 minutes. It's free of charge. It will get you out of problems if you end up in problems. Site languages, again, there's a handful of languages you can choose for the strings in the site. Privacy settings, I always like to spend a few minutes here. Privacy settings are going to allow you to deploy a privacy page and a cookie notification bar if you want. If you don't have a privacy page on your website and you toggle this on, you can leave it alone or you can customize it. And if you customize it, it will take you to the page and you will see all of the different legalese. I'm on the wrong device type. There we go. That is being created for your site, and it's going to fill in the name of your website wherever there's a blank spot. If you want to create your own, that's fine too. Create your own privacy page. Now, we also have the cookie notification bar. So if I toggle on the cookie notification bar, this is where you can say that you eat chocolate chip with macadamia nuts with oat milk for the best experience. But I'm pretty sure everybody on this call has encountered this on websites, right? And almost all websites collect data. It is not a bad thing to share this, but you need to decide if you want to use this on your website. We definitely recommend it. It's transparent, but there's different laws depending on states and countries and things like that. In addition, you can link words in here. So if I highlight privacy page, click link, you can link right to the page you just made. So when you enable this, it is going to show up at the very bottom of the website. There it is right there. And it's going to stay fixed at the bottom. The user can close it. And if you've done all of that, you've done your job to disclose to them that you're collecting cookies. Again, there is one more area of the site where you could disable tracking on your Book Like a Boss website, but we do not need to do that unless you want to hide the website. All right, manage form responses. So there's a form widget. You can have multiple forms on your website. You can have one on the contact page, one in the footer as a sign up. Regardless, every form that you have will have a little drop down in here, and it will have every successful submission backed up. So if you get a phone call and they say, hey, I submitted something to your website 3 days ago, nobody's called me, what's going on? You can go to SEO and settings, manage form responses, and you can see if that submission made it through. If it didn't show up here, something went wrong. Something went wrong. It didn't get through. They lost their internet connection, something like that. In addition, from the statistics area, which again, you can access from your dashboard or from this info and tools, when you go to the statistics area and you open that up, you actually can download all of your contact form responses as well in a CSV. All right, last up is 404 page, or the error page. All sites have them. This is what they look like. They're pretty utilitarian. However, they get you where you're going. They got to the wrong page, it gets them right back where they need to go. But maybe you want to design a special page. Can you do that? Of course. Click customize, and you can make your own Book Like a Boss page for the error page. You can delete widgets, you can add pictures, you can add buttons, you can make this whatever you want. But the idea is that you're going to help guide somebody to what they were looking for. So I oftentimes look at the 404 error page as a really great opportunity to help somebody find the 2 or 3 or 4 things you might want to direct them to. Again, Progressive Web App is at the very, very bottom, but don't worry, your site is already mobile responsive and adaptive, so that would just be another feature if you wanted to take advantage of it. So that is the top to bottom of the Book Like a Boss web platform. I know that's a lot to cover in just under an hour, but we are here to support you. We are going to be creating more videos. There's already a handful of them available, but we'll let Malcolm take over.
Wow. So Josh, stick around, obviously. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
the webpage. Maybe maybe some people have some questions. That was pretty awesome. This is a fantastic platform. People say, yeah, I tell people you don't understand how good this platform is. They think I'm just like trying to toot my own horn, but they don't understand how much effort and time and thought went into this and how awesome you can make your websites. I wish every single person that I've ever met in my entire life saw this video to know that Josh is cool.
I try. I keep trying,
And to see how awesome this platform is, because combined with the booking widgets, it just adds the power of what I personally think is one of the best booking apps out there, and being able to place them beautifully into the website. And again, I encourage everybody to go to our YouTube channel, go to our go to the what's called the when you can section out all the YouTube. I created like 20 channels. I created like 25. Or we created so far 25, maybe 30 channels. And you'll find Josh there also, videos on websites like a boss, walking you through a lot of these things. So if you missed any of it, you'll be able to watch it if you want to relearn it. And you could, of course, rewatch this video. But I'm super pumped. I hope you guys are too. I know everybody's been busy, and I want to thank you all. Okay, so Paul has a question. He wants to know if you can provide an example on this demo showing how to log into a password protected site or page.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's share your screen again, and I'm going to hide myself, and then we'll jump back in. Good question, Paul.
So provided you're on the right tier, of course. Let me see if that's shared. I think it is. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Still getting used to this platform.
Am I sharing right? I think so. Well, hopefully you can see, Paul, and everybody, but basically you would click on the 3 dots on one of your pages, and then you would go to set access. So as long as you have a tier where passwords are available, you actually can choose whatever password you like. Oh, I guess I'm not sharing.
You're not showing.
I see there's a couple extras. Let me try to close this and see what happens. Anything now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There was an extra screen at the bottom. Okay, sorry. So Paul and everybody, let's step back again. So to password protect a page, you go to pages, and then you find the 3 dots on the right side. So if I wanted to password protect meetings, I would click on the 3 dots, and then I would go down to set page access. When I click on that, it brings me down to public or password protected. As long as you're in tier 3 or above, you have password protected. When clicked, it will ask you to set a password for the page. So here you might type Josh is cool, maybe, and hit save. Now, that page is password protected. You can see the little key indicates it's password protected. Now, I'm pretty sure if I try this preview link, we can demonstrate this. So if I go to my preview link and click on meetings, there you go. there is what the password screen looks like. And again, you just type Josh is cool. I'm going to keep going for the whole rest of the time. And when I do, bam, you're led into the site. One question that Paul or others might have, can you have multiple pages that are password protected with different passwords? Oh yeah, you sure can. If you want to have 3 different pages with 3 different passwords for 3 different use cases, you can absolutely do that. 100%. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
This is great. All
We
right,
have to do more.
guys, if you have any more questions, definitely send them in.
I already have a 1 to 2.
Someone's asking, they already have a 1 to 2 page website in a different platform, be able to import my pages as is into your platform? And does your team do that? Also, can I keep my original domain if I import? I'll answer the domain. Yeah, you could just reset the servers, the name servers to point to our name servers, and you could definitely use your domain. I'll let Josh answer about importing other website pages.
Yeah, there's no magic button to import the pages, but basically you would have your site up and have the Book Like a Boss tools and kind of replicate it and hopefully improve it a little bit as you go. But with regards to blogs, if you have a blog in another platform, there is an opportunity to import those posts into the Book Like a Boss platform.
Using like an RSS feed?
Exactly, yeah, an RSS feed. So WordPress sites often have that. Squarespace sites. There's a lot of different platforms that have RSS feeds, but it's pretty standard. And then, Paul, your follow-up question: can you create sub pages within a password-protected page? You can create a folder, say with 3 pages within it, but each one of those pages would have to have the same password set. So yes, you can do that, but you're doing the same password on those pages, basically. Can websites with stores integrated with Shopify be imported? No.
I don't think so. I'll answer that.
Yep.
No, you can use the Book Like a Boss widgets to sell products, although it's not so robust yet because it's really about selling services, and we wanted to make a big differentiation between selling products and services. But with Book Like a Boss, we will be updating our cart to have more things that you would find on a standard e-commerce website. But for now, we're trying to focus on services and bookings, etc. That being said, if you have HTML, I don't know how it works with Shopify or with other store platforms, but if you have HTML and you want to drop it in, definitely we're not going to stop you. So, hope that answers the question.
Yeah. And one final thing,
Paul, this is live. Go now. Go to websites like aboss.com. You can sign up. We have tons of people already signed up and are starting to create their sites. So go to, I'll put the link in, but it's websites like aboss.com.
Members is an option. When is membership available? I will let Nakam take that one also.
That one. So as I mentioned hold on, let me just put this into the chat. As I mentioned in our launch, we do plan on having an app store and adding more apps in the future. And when we do, memberships is going to be one of the first ones we're going to offer. It'll be able to turn your website into a full-blown membership site. But that's still going to be probably at least a month or 2 away. But we do plan on offering it. How does agency tier work? Have plans to resell in the future? So we do plan on offering a reseller accounts where basically if you're an agency and want to resell, we're going to be able to offer that, but that's also going to be probably a month or 2 away.
Yeah, the only thing
sorry. Yeah, no, Paul's just asking what payment platforms do we integrate with. So Stripe, Square, PayPal, Fiserv, and what was the other one? And then Authorize.net.
The only thing I was going to say was to add on to what Nakam said earlier, that there's so much you can do with this platform. It's amazing. It's built to support your business, but the templates right out of the box come beautiful and ready to go. So everything that you learned today, I saw somebody said it's like drinking from a fire hose. It's a lot to, to cover in 1 hour, but that's why we're supplementing this with the video library. And yes, you can definitely go step by step. But rest assured, you can pick a template and go in there and just change it to your content and use it as is. What we're trying to demonstrate today is all of the features and amazing functionality that can be utilized to support your businesses.
Now, just to answer just for you, question one: if we want to upgrade our tier, how long is the special going to be available? It ends this Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So what's today? Today's Tuesday. So you have another couple of days to make your decision. And these prices, I mean, I don't know if you guys check out the prices again. You can see them at the link, websites-like-a-boss.com. But we gave incredible pricing for launch because, even though the platform can handle, millions of websites and it's very strong and robust, we want to get started. We want to get people up and using it so that we could showcase new sites and really get people to know about our platform. So we gave really ridiculously cheap pricing, which will only be available until Thursday at 11:59 p.m. And we actually offered a special for a second website. So those of you that are thinking about reselling your agency plans, we offered a second website of any tier you sign up for just $127 a year. So if you buy our top tier plan, top tier 3, for $127 more a year, you get 2 top tier 3 plans. And that means your own custom domain for each plan, your own website. All the features that we have that we've shown you is available on both those websites. All right, guys. Josh, thank you so much for your time. This has been absolutely awesome. Again, if you have any questions, let us know. You could report and you could go to chat, or you could post in the Facebook group. Definitely check it out. Time's running out for the special launch offers. Websites like aboss.com. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for taking up your time to join us. And I really hope you enjoy this platform.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.